again, I'm Jake.
I'm Marlin.
Or Guy. And today we're going to be reacting to one of my favorite shows to watch and react to with whoever I can get. The Blockbuster Buster. Today's BB review is for a movie called Dylan Dog. And this is actually one of Erod's older reviews. It's from his second season around 2012, I believe.
Right.
And it was the first review, I think, after he did a storyline segment where 3 episodes had an ongoing plot. So he makes a few references to things here, like a supporting character being kidnapped by a demon. And it doesn't affect the episode itself, but just so you know, that's what's there. And this is one of my favorite episodes, and it's actually one of the hardest ones to find. And if you want to see it, click the link down below. Let's do this.
The thing about the past is that it has a funny way of catching up to you. I used to work for a couple of paranormal defense organizations as a consultant, but I left the game. I became a critic to live the quiet life, but one of my enemies summoned a demon, and one of my partners nearly sold his soul to her to impress her, nonetheless. Long story short, I'm getting blamed for the whole thing, but Unit and the BBRD are willing to forget the whole thing if I take out a renegade on their behalf. The dog.
Might come off too loud on the camera.
Okay.
In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels,
Classic
in a
intro.
world where big budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster.
Punisher.
It's fun to see the old intro.
Yeah, it's a fun little sequence. Building up to him hitting one of the most hated films in the fanboy community.
Dylan Dog.
Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. I'm Marlin of the Blockbuster Buster. And if there's one subgenre that I absolutely love within the world of horror, is any shows or movies that deal with paranormal investigators. Ghostbusters, Monster Squad, Solomon Kane, I love it all. So man, was I excited in the late 90s when a good friend recommended me the comic book series Dylan Dog, created by Tiziano Sclavi. The comics follow the adventures of Dylan Dog, a quirky paranormal investigator based out of London. Now, there are 2 things that make Dylan Dog stand out in this genre. How his adventures work as social commentary, using the monsters as metaphors, which is an element heavily used in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And of course, there's the character of Dylan Dog himself. He's a crafty, snarky, abrasive know-it-all who is set in his own ways, and has almost as many phobias and idiosyncrasies as Monk. But his most important attribute is that Dylan is human. He's just a regular guy with very specific and stubborn views about the world, who one day decided to use his knowledge of the paranormal for a good cause. My favorite aspect of the book is how it shows that anyone can be a hero, that you don't have to be a dashing rogue or a virtuous saint to be the good guy. So it would really suck if they took that concept and gave it a good old-fashioned Hollywood ass rape. Crap. So our movie begins with a rich girl named Elizabeth preparing dinner for her and her father, when suddenly blood begins dripping from the ceiling. That's what you get when you let the Deacon Frost Corporation install the sprinklers.
Blade.
Elizabeth goes upstairs to investigate, only to find her father dead and a werewolf leaping out the window. Huh, that was a great cold opening. Now cue the intro.
Seth Rogen as Doctor Who.
Okay. And secondly, they actually got some generic babyface pretty boy that could barely play the virtuous Boy Scout that is Superman to play
It
the
wasn't that
multi-layered
bad.
cool jerk that is Dylan Dog. Vern Gorman from Torchwood. He could play Dylan Dog. Not this deadpan babyface jackass.
Okay, I never liked Tintin. Oh, he's weird. He's got a funny face and his hair is just sort of...
I always loved him, too.
Yeah, well, you would. And he never had a girlfriend, did he? Just the dog. Yeah, so I reckon he was actually shagging the dog.
So, not Dylan is apparently retired. Something the real Dylan Dog would never do. And apparently he's retired because one of his cases led to the murder of his girlfriend, Cassandra. His dead girlfriend in the comics was Lily Conley. So now, not Dylan takes incriminating pictures of cheating husbands for a living, which is the reason the gentleman with the gun is so upset.
Alright. So, why are you here?
Wow, could you possibly say that with even less feeling? After not Dylan calms down the angry husband, he receives a visit from his trusty partner. No! Dylan's actual partner is a professional Groucho Marx impersonator, not a professional Shia LaBeouf impersonator.
John, why would you do that?
Constantine.
I told you to move.
Right, John, you didn't tell me a movie, but if you would have told me that it was a 300-pound mirror you were dropping with a pissed off demon, I would have moved it further, John.
I am not in the mood. You know what? I'm gonna give Sam Huntington a chance. He is a great young talent, and he is very
I loved him
funny.
in Fanboys.
I really loved his performance in... Wait a minute. Sam Huntington played Jimmy Olsen in Superman Returns, the same movie in which Brendan Routh tried, emphasis on the word tried, to play Superman. So they put Jimmy Olsen and Superman back together again? Oh my god. Could this possibly be the evil casting of... Nah, not even Maddie Marin could be this cruel. So Marcus
Running
gets
joke.
not Dylan involved in the murder investigation of Elizabeth's father. And what the fuck? Dylan Dog would never wear that! That's one of his principal quirks! He's anti-materialistic, so he bought 12 outfits that look exactly the same. Black leather jacket, red shirt, blue jeans. Dylan Dog would never be caught You know what? If I keep stopping to point out all the inconsistencies between this movie and the comic book, I'm never gonna get through this. So, I'm just gonna have to tell myself that Dylan Dog is not in this movie. From now on, you're Detective Babyface Mac Lamass. So Lamass goes to see Elizabeth, but the minute that he hears that her case involves the paranormal, he turns her down. But Dylan would never... Sorry, I'm still adjusting. Meanwhile, we find out that the local vampires are marketing their own blood as a designer drug. Wow, that sounds absolutely nothing like the plot of The Lost Boys The Thirst.
Nightcrawler was created in a designer drug. The only problem is it's not a drug. It's vampire blood.
And thus we meet the vamp behind this nefarious contraband. Vargas, played by Tay Diggs. Don't get me wrong, I like Tay Diggs. It's just that Dr. Severus is Dylan Dog's arch nemesis. I mean, how would you feel if in the first Batman movie, instead of having the Joker be the main villain, they picked some generic bad guy you've never seen before?
You, the dynamic Dark Knight, versus me, the conceptual conduit king. Calm down. Let's see if you can cut the mustard. Quiet.
I can't take this anymore. If this movie disappoints me one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Like some big beast with big fangs and...
They killed off Sam Huntington? That always makes me feel better. So Marcus's death inspires Lamass to take the case. It's time to suit up.
Everybody loves a good suiting up montage.
So Detective Lamass figures out that Elizabeth's father was murdered by a werewolf who happens to be the daughter of the leader of a local werewolf clan, Gabriel Cisnos, played by Peter Stormare. This in no way
Sound guy
resembles the
from
casting of
Fargo.
Constantine. Gabriel, who apparently is a good friend of Lamass,
brass knuckles, I think.
Wait, stop. Look, I can forgive the Shia LaBeouf tone, and I can even forgive the casting of Peter Stormare, but that moment was a pathetic and blatant ripoff of Constantine. So Lame-Ass finds out that the werewolf that killed Elizabeth's father was actually looking for a very powerful artifact called the Heart of Belial, which apparently was in the possession of Elizabeth's father. This artifact is apparently valuable to all monsters, and when the vamps hear of this, they also show up at Elizabeth's to claim the prize.
What the hell is going on?
Look around you. Look at them. You think they're all like you, but they're not. Someone on the street is an imposter.
Wait, what? That is the same scene from the first Blade movie!
The valley is over there. They're vampires. So is the doorman. And the whore in the corner.
You know what? I can totally understand them ripping off better movies and shows. After all, it's not like they have 2 decades of comic book stories to emulate.
2 decades is hard for a 2-hour movie.
The werewolf who killed Elizabeth's father, but he finds her dead, and with the exact same bite marks as Marcus, which brings Lame-Ass to the realization that Mara and Marcus were killed by a zombie, which means...
I knew this one was coming back.
Wait a minute, the zombies working at the morgue? Now that's funny.
Oh no! Oh no! What is it? What is that? What is that? Mostly your large intestine. We're talking some serious malpractice shit here, man.
I love that guy. So Lame-Ass and Elizabeth take Marcus to a zombie body shop to patch him up. While there, Lame-Ass questions the zombie who runs the place.
If I had to guess, I'd say he's the one been spreading the word about you being this villain that everyone's been talking about, capiche? There's a Venator around?
Oh, you guys probably want to know what a Venator is. Well, I have a really good friend who's going to define this term for me. Nerdlinger? I really don't want to talk about this movie because it's got all these scary monsters in it. Eustace Xavier Aloysius Nerdlinger III, sat your ass down! I had to sit through the cat in the fucking hat for you. So as far as I'm concerned, you owe me 3 free segments. I mean, why did you try to sell your soul anyway? Because she said she'd make it look like we were dating. Why? To make you-know-who jealous. Wait, what? You wanted to pretend to be dating a demon just so you could make Lupa jealous? Nerdlayer, you've never even met the girl in real life. Hell, I don't even think Lupa even knows that you exist. Perfect. Situations, the way that you do. You know what? Screw it. Venator, define now. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Nerdlinger. As long as there have been monsters, there's been Venators, which is short for Monster Venatorum, which is Italian for Monster Hunter, dedicated to ridding the world of all monsters like vampires and the werewolves and the zombies. Damn, I didn't expect him to faint. Oh well. The real question is, why would anyone confuse an impartial investigator like Dylan Dog for a Venator? Which means that it's once again time for
Incredibly awkward backstory!
So after Elizabeth goes digging through Lame-Ass's personal belongings, he decides to reward her by telling her more personal info about himself. So the reason the creatures of the night are on edge about Lame-Ass coming out of retirement is because during a case he found the dead body of his girlfriend at a vampire club. And without taking 3 seconds to gather evidence and figure out who the culprit was, he marched straight up to the vampire elders and killed them all. Which is the reason Vargas is in charge now. This, of course, makes Lame-Ass look like a hypocrite asshole every time in the movie he preaches about how not all monsters are evil.
But it doesn't make any sense because since when are monsters the good guys?
Well, that all depends on who you think the monsters are.
After telling
Oh,
Elizabeth
boy.
that very sad and private story of his girlfriend's tragic death, she decides that this is the best time to seduce him. But Lame-Ass holds it together.
I can't.
There you go, man. Hold it together. After After all, you're still in mourning and she has to respect that.
Screw it.
Dylan, you are not able to look back. Hi, Elizabeth. You're... I guess we could just talk about the location of the flesh-eating zombie when you guys are done boning.
I love that guy. So Marcus informs Laymass that he tracked a zombie who killed him to an abandoned power plant. And apparently the killer zombie takes steroids because he makes Lou Ferrigno look like Callista Flockhart. Nope, I'm not gonna get excited about the Uber zombie fight because the conclusion's just gonna be another anticlimactic writer's convenience. There you go, just like I said. I would question why the killer zombie was hiding out in a building full of cannibal zombies, but I'm pretty sure that the writers of this movie couldn't find another movie or a show to steal an explanation from. I went there. So Laymass discovers that someone was controlling the Uber zombie and used him to kill Marcus and Mara. They achieved this by using Vargas's vampire drug. So Laymass believes that Vargas is behind the whole thing. Wait a minute, guys. Vargas is a really smooth operator, so if he was controlling that zombie using his drugs, he would administer the drug himself. He wouldn't give the zombie vials of the drug that could be traced back to him, so somebody must be setting him up. Wait, stop. Vargas is a vampire. Vampires are vulnerable to sunlight. Then why in the fuck would he have giant-ass windows on his house facing the place where he sleeps? This is just as stupid
Yeah,
and
pretty
impractical
stupid.
as Daleks having chairs on their spaceships.
Why'd you have chairs on a Dalek spaceship anyway?
We will explain later.
So Laymass finds out from Vargas that there's a vampire named Sclavy who might know something about the infamous artifact that all the monsters are killing each other over. And yes, I know, Sclavy also happens to be the name of the creator of Dylan Dog. But at this point in the movie, that little nod to the creator is like putting a band-aid on a severed head. So Laymass and Marcus find Sclavy's hibernation chamber, and oh my god, he's holding the heart of Belial. Oh, I guess by this point a lot of you want to know what the heart of Belial is and what it does. Hey, nerdlinger! Damn, still passed out. Man, how do I... God, say, could that be Nichelle Nichols over there? Where? Ha! Now explain the heart of Belial. Okay. There was once a very scary demon man named Belial, whose only purpose is to destroy all life on the planet, both monster and human. Belial couldn't be destroyed, only contained, so they trapped him in a cross, which they named the heart of Belial. Whoever gets stabbed by the heart becomes Belial. All the while, whoever does the stabbing becomes Belial's master and can command him to do anything. Even clean your smelly underwear. You're getting off topic. Sorry. Controlling Belial has a price, and whoever brings Belial back will have a symbiotic relationship with him, meaning that if the master dies, Belial goes back in the cross. Otherwise, there is nothing that can stop the big, scary demon man. Damn. Well, at least he'll be well rested. Before Laymass can hide the heart of Belial in a safe place, he is captured by Vargas, who intends to bury him alive in a crypt. I'm sorry, Vargas. I'm having a little trouble taking your evil threat seriously while you're wearing your designer Afghan. The only thing that would be even less threatening than that is if in the middle of your evil speech you started texting.
So one of our true bloods running away from where that bitch wolf died.
So Vargas puts Laymass in the crypt, but not before confessing to being the one who killed Laymass's girlfriend in order
Of
to provoke
course.
him into killing the elders so Vargas could take over. What an unsurprising twist! Oh no! This looks like an early funeral for Dog and Vargas. What will become of Elizabeth? Will Vargas make her his demon minion or his vampire bride? Will the dog avenge his Lily, or will he be pushing up daisies? Find out next time on the same dog time, same dog channel. This episode of the Blockbuster Buster is brought to you by Bob's Zombie Body Shop and Emporium.
My arm is round!
All sales are final. Refunds are given in store credit. Previously on Dylan Dog, a depressingly dead daddy, a rapidly reacquired relic, and a delectable damsel in distress. Will Vargas be a victorious vanquishing villain, or will the dog have his day?
Listen, Dylan, I'm just trying to think, alright?
Dick Wolf.
What is it? Little known fact. Zombies are actually world-class diggers.
So Marcus digs his way out of the crypt and then frees Lame Ass, who figures out that there was a devious orchestrator manipulating him and all the monsters into finding the location of the Heart of Belial.
Your family saying it means your death is my life.
Wait. Elizabeth and her father were the Venatars? But Venatars hate monsters. They wouldn't use a zombie and a demon to do their bidding. You know what? Who cares? It's still not as hypocritical as...
Well, that all depends on who you think the monsters are.
So Elizabeth uses Vargas as the host, and he turns into Belial. Holy shit! This means that a vicious racist
Not bad
monster
design.
hunter now has control of the most powerful killing machine in the supernatural world.
Our enemies are the monsters outside these walls, not here.
But the movie established that the stabber would control Belial. Oh, okay, this is almost over. So would any of you care to guess what his lame ass's plan to stop this world-destroying monster? To get his ass kicked until a bunch of werewolves conveniently show up and kill Elizabeth, which in part traps Belial back in the heart. Now, one could assume that letting the monsters kick his ass was just a distraction, and that the werewolves are part of his plan. But the movie doesn't really clarify this, so I'm just gonna continue believing that he's just an incompetent asshole.
Sorry about your father. He was a good man. I wouldn't cut my father out that fast. Why don't you come down to the plant sometime? But this time, we have to silver it out. Yeah.
Oh, so you're
Buddies.
friends now, even though he tried to murder you last time that you met. Right. Anyway, Vargas is laying over there completely unconscious. Are you going to avenge the woman that you love? No, he walks away. He murders a whole room full of innocent vampires based on false assumptions, but he lets the guilty vampire live so he can try and murder him and Marcus on another day. You know what's the best part of my job? Busting makes me feel good. Double busting. This movie's a devastatingly dumb dumpster of dog doo-doo. Like a lot of the movies that I reviewed, this one has a lot of potential. The plot is pretty cool, the mystery's intriguing, and the monster makeup and effects are awesome. Seriously, kudos on all the practical monsters. CG monsters are shit. But by far, the main element that makes this movie bearable is Sam Huntington as Marcus the Zombie. All his scenes coping with becoming a zombie are fucking hilarious.
Isn't a zombie plan, alright? You need to fix this. You shot me!
In fact, I wouldn't object to a recut of this movie that would feature Marcus more prominently. So yes, I'll admit it, this is not a bad introduction to the paranormal investigator genre. However, it's a horrible introduction to Dylan Dog. As far as I'm concerned, the character is not in this movie. You can say whatever you want about the Hellboy movies, at least Hellboy is in them. Brandon Routh doesn't even try to play anyone remotely similar to Dylan Dog. Keanu fucking Reeves was better as Constantine. Damn, I never thought I'd live to see the day where I admitted that Keanu Reeves outperformed somebody. But Brandon Routh's
This was before
performance in
John
this movie
Wick.
is so boring and wooden that it'll make you fall asleep and it'll give you splinters. Now, if you're like me and you're an avid fan of the genre, you will continuously notice how much and how often this movie pathetically completely knocks off other better movies and shows.
Tomorrow the dead werewolf. She was dating a vampire. That's a new one.
Which wouldn't be as bad if this wasn't based on a pre-existing original comic book. There is no reason to knock anything off. There's plenty of great material to choose from. So take it from me, skip this flick and check out the comic. However, if you want to see a show that resembles Dylan Dog a hell of a lot more than this movie, check out Good vs. Evil, starring Clayton Rohner and Richard Brooks. But this movie, however, is not worthy of the dog's name. So that was one busted, thousands more to go. I'm E-Rod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster.
Let's see who gets dedicated.
Well, dedicated. Well, he always does.
I would like to dedicate this silly video to Tizuno Schiavi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I suck at pronouncing names.
Scalavi.
For all the laughs and thrills. Only 9 more weeks until the 1st.
It was good to see the old intro again. That was a fun. He used that for quite a while.
Yeah, and I get why he stopped using it. In internet show terms, it's a little long maybe for him, but it was a fun, good intro. Give you a good feel of what the show was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
A badass guy with a hammer busting bad movies. And the music's pretty good. And what did you think of the episode as a whole itself? Because this is an older episode.
Yeah, he's always done well. He has concepts in mind that he wants to discuss. He brings them forth intelligently. He has a good command of what's funny and what isn't funny, and so he does all of that very well. But he's even doing it better these days than back then. And I think the production quality is a little better today, and and he is still using some of the I wouldn't call them CGI devices, but electronic devices in his presentations these days, and so the production is better, and I think that he writes a little more concisely now than he did back then. So altogether, this is like a nostalgia review of something that he did back then, and because you've shown me a number of his old shots. And that's how we got to know him and appreciate him like we do.
Yeah.
And he's better today, but this is good. This is now what he talked about is something else.
First, the episode. I like this one. It's cool to go back and see the old ones, and I prefer the look of the new set more, where he has all the Disney tapes behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But the old way he filmed was pretty interesting. It looked good, but the new ones I think is a little better. And this is still back when he was doing that swinging in the chair, and looking at the camera with the Dutch angles.
Yeah.
Which wasn't bad, but I don't miss it. And I thought he was pretty funny here, just showing the badly done scenes and rip-off of other movie moments. And I like his laugh whenever he watches the Sam Huntington scenes. It's genuinely funny and adorable.
I love that guy.
And also this features one of his main reoccurring characters from many years ago, Nerdlinger.
Yes.
And like Linkara does with his characters, he plays all of them, except for the female characters. Usually his wife, Marcia, does that.
Mm-hmm.
But Nerdlinger and a few other supporting characters he played have not been part of the show for many years. And
well, certain kinds of characters will have a shelf life.
the reason for that is he said in a video that he just kind of outgrew them for himself.
Right.
He didn't feel the need to have them around anymore. And who knows, maybe someday they'll make like a quick appearance, but there's always the old ones. And Nerdlinger, my favorite supporting character is El Lover, just because I love a sexy Puerto Rican character, which he does very well. And but Nerdlinger is fun. He's cute, and he did a good summarization of the character in his Shrek 2 review, where he said he started out in a way where he was a little annoying, but he grew on people over time, and that is how I felt about the character. And I just find the part where he faints at the scary stuff to be funny.
Yes, it's a nice touch, but I think you can do a character for a while, and some characters you get more developed and can be used more, and some just, as I say, have a shelf life, and I think Nerdlinger had a shelf life.
And like Linkara, Erod is very good at giving each character, even though you know it's him, he does a good job of giving them their own personalities.
Oh, he does that, yes. He invests in making them separate from him.
And lastly, about the episode, I love the end where he just stakes the DVDs. That was a cool effect.
Very cool effect. From what he presented here, there's nothing about what he showed that would make me want to say, gee, I would really like to see that movie. Not so much. Obviously I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Dylan Dog either, but I kind of got an opposite opinion. Even though he makes it clear he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
The Dylan Dog movie kind of looks like it could be worth checking out. Like Erod, I like Sam Huntington a lot, and I don't hate Brandon Routh as much as other people. And while Superman Returns is not perfect by any means, I thought he did all right. Like, there's a lot more that's wrong with that movie, and also I like good supernatural horror films.
Yes.
And the design work that I saw in these clips remind me a little bit of, say, Jeepers Creepers, which had a lot of good design atmosphere to it, and also
with dark shadowing.
The idea of a world with monsters that try to operate businesses sounds funny to me.
Yes.
And even though he makes it clear it's kind of a rip-off of a lot of stuff, just because something's a rip-off doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. I mean, look at Under Siege.
Right, yes.
Great action film, but a rip-off of Die Hard.
Yes, in a lot of ways. No, you can take an idea and develop it your own way, and even though you didn't have the original idea, get a good outcome. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I think it might be worth checking out someday. You don't think so, but that's why we all have our own opinions.
Yes.
And
probably the funniest thing about it is the man's name. So anyway, Dylan Dog.
It's better than Dylan Bitch.
Dylan Chipmunk.
I'm working with an old man. What can you do?
You could do worse.
True. Anyway, this was our reaction to the Blockbuster Buster's review of Dylan Dog. It's one of his classic reviews. Once again, if you want to check it out because it's a little hard to find, go to the link down below in the description, and see you next time. Or if you want to see more of my content, non-reaction videos, go to my channel, Jacob Matthew Crawford, and you'll find my other review shows and other related videos. That's all, and later.
Later.
For the past couple of years, I've been watching people on YouTube do review shows, where they give their thoughts as well as do a lot of comedy. People like the Nostalgia Critic, the Cinema Snob, the Blockbuster Buster, and so many fucking others. And like all these other movie reviewers, I've given myself a review nickname. It's something that I think will grab people's attention, will let you know immediately that I'm a movie guy. And it's a name I'm sure that no one else has thought of using. The Unusual Suspect. I don't want to sound too full of myself, but It just feels so great when you come up with something so original.
Babe, I think that there's something you should see.